Hey, how are we doing, boys and girls? Welcome to the video. So today on DMZ, I want to go over a solo PvP guide. And it's going to be like a series. I'm not going to cover everything in one video. And it's going to cover specific things in each video, which you can kind of then try and incorporate into your own gameplay, right? So today, I want to go over a few clips. These are which were captured on stream. One of them was captured off stream. And it's going over the importance of flanking and the recon drone. They are like some of your biggest kind of things you can do as a solo player is always getting the upper hand and surprise on your enemy, right? If you just go at the enemy face on and you're against a trio, chances are you most probably will go down, right? It doesn't matter how good you are. If you are 1 versus 3 and they all know where you are and are all firing at you, there's 3 times the amount of firepower firing at you compared to yourself, right? And obviously the only way they're going to muck that up is if they're missing and if you're hitting every shot, okay? I don't want to go over those ones because a lot of that is kind of RNG and luck and just kind of praying that you win the fight from late movement and things like that. Those ones you can win, obviously, but they're just, you know, it's RNG. This one, the ones I want to show you, the clips I want to go over, are more about knowing where they are, having good intel using things like your spotter scope, the recon drone, 2 very, very powerful things for a solo player, and then using that intel to then flank them and not let them know exactly where you are, right? It's kind of always kind of baiting them too. One of the clips I show is like baiting them, letting them think I'm somewhere else when I'm not. And it's just kind of always having the upper hand. You're basically making them think you're somewhere else when you're not, and then like capitalizing on the fact that they have no idea, so you can take one of them down or take 2 of them down before they even realize where you are, right? So let's go over these clips and I'm going to talk through them. This is not like live commentary, this is me just talking over them and kind of giving my input on what I'm doing. And hopefully this kind of thing can help. Let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoy this type of thing. And I'll definitely do more in the future. I've also considered maybe you guys submitting your own clips where you feel like you could have improved on that fight. Maybe you died, maybe your positioning wasn't great. And me giving my input on how I would have gone about doing, you know, that gunfight. That might be a thing in the future too. If you think that's a good idea, also leave a comment down below. And I'll definitely take that into consideration. So let's get straight into the first clip. So this first clip is a duo. I was going to try and only include trio, but this one's a worthwhile one to include just because they're extract campers. And you know, you got to show the extract campers getting killed, right? And I heard them shooting at someone beforehand, and I didn't know if they're still here, but I wanted to come and do this stronghold. Then I noticed a sniper glint and see one of them. So I try and get as much damage as possible and then retreat. This is where I'm going to try and reposition. They at the minute think I'm currently around near the stronghold. I want to get out of the way and make sure I am not in the same area. Keep them guessing. I mark him with the spotter scope. So I zoom in on him. The spotter scope marks him and then I click the mark key. This basically puts a permanent mark on that person. Really strong. I think it should be changed, but it's very powerful for a solo player, so I always use it because it's something which you can do. So again, I'm now going to be moving again. We're now going to get high ground. They have no idea where we are, and I can kind of take a bit of cover here and carry on working on them. I also have a self-revive on me, so I know I'm safe if I do go down for whatever reason they did see me. But at the minute, I'm pretty confident that they have no idea I am. We've got a silenced sniper rifle too, which also helps conceal where I am. So I can see him here, and I know exactly that he has no idea. He's like looking still towards the direction of the stronghold. And so it's basically playing a waiting game. So what I do is I get out the recon drone, just to confirm how many there are. And I get the confirmation there's 2. So I can see one on the balcony, which is highlighted in red. And I can see one, which is the one I marked with the spotter scope, highlighted in the white. So there's 2 there. I see the person on the balcony still. I take him out and finish him off. And I still have the recon drone chilling up in the top there. So I got him still as cover, you know, just to kind of keep an eye on the thing. I can use it if I need to confirm that everyone's dead. And look at this dirty thing. That right there is some satisfying dirty killing. See you later, extra campers. And that is the power of the spotter scope right there. I use a recon drone just to confirm that everyone is down, and they are. And then I can move in and get the loot from them. But right there is a powerful example of why the spotter scope is so strong and why the recon drone is also really strong. So this one, you might have seen on my weapon case attempts. This was on stream too. I'm creeping about because they have no idea I'm here. They're taking on the PV in a minute. So I take this first person out. I didn't have a chance to kill him. I know they're rushing, so I'm going to rotate. I'm just going to reposition already. You can see that he has no idea who I am. I re-ammo up, and I make noise to cover my flank. It also hits someone, which is perfect. I wait again. I hit him again, and I make more noise again to cover my footsteps, the flank. And I'm now behind them. You can see I took one down here. I know there's two more. I stun them. Take him out. And then I stun the other guy. Again, no idea what went on there, right? And the example of this is just basically in building 21, you don't need to use a spotter scope, but repositioning is still one of the biggest key factors of winning that gunfight right there, right? I made sure I covered my noise of running while using shot grenades. There's a lot of noise when that starts drilling and blowing things up, and it causes confusion. You use stun grenades to then stun them so they can't move when you got the flanks, so they can't instantly kind of try and do a 180 and start shooting at you. And basically what I just done there is just caused a lot of chaos, right? I've caused a lot of noise. I kept on repositioning, and I just started to confuse them. And because builder 21 is quite a high intense place anyway, confusion is very easily caused in that map. So this one, I was talking on stream. We're trying to figure out where these people are. So I pop a UAV. I see that there's one in the building to my right, and there's two people near me. I'm creeping about. I take this person out because I'm playing nice and stealthy. She didn't really know exactly where I was, so I managed to take her out okay. This is where I make the mistake, right? I don't actually know why I chucked that. I had a feeling that someone's coming down. I didn't check my minimap properly. But this is where I make a mistake. I shouldn't have peeked this person out on the window. I'm like literally... That's such a bad fight to take. That's a direct 1 versus 1 looking at each other. That's an RNG fight. Shouldn't do that. They didn't put a mortal strike on me. So now I'm like, okay, I haven't got any plates. I really have to play this careful. There's quite a few people about. Let's friggin' rotate. So I jump out the window at the back and just literally reposition. This is the power of repositioning here. I just want to get out of the way and make it so I'm kind of made a distance between them. So they have no idea where it is. I made the run and smashing at the windows. I felt like they wouldn't really hear me because the mortar's going off. And then I used the recon drone to kind of just get a little bit more of an idea what's going on. So I see this person parachuting down here. There's still a person up on the roof. There seems to be some people in the other building too. I take a shot at this person at the top and fail. Again, I'm not going to peek that person again. I am one shot to a sniper. I do not want to repeat this. So I'm like, yeah. You see, I just jump back and try and cover my... to cover that I don't actually jump off there. I make sure I'm using cover so they can't see I jumped off. And I'm rotating. Just making sure I move again. Like, I didn't want to jump through the window there. Oh yeah, I had this really weird visual burn. Everyone was like, why are you burning? So I didn't want to make any noise there, like smashing through a window, because at the minute that would most probably give my position away. There you go, I say it in the actual thing. So now I'm just looking, seeing if I can see anyone. I see PvE there. I don't want to shoot it because I haven't got a silent sniper. I'm looking for self-res. Pick one up, which is perfect. I'm still trying to figure out where they are now. right? So they have no idea where I am, but I also don't know where they are. So I'm now trying to peek. See someone there. I stupidly take the shot here. You can see I kind of like didn't know about that one. Wasn't too sure about that one. I shouldn't have done it. So again, I'm like, okay, so someone on my right. I'm just going to go around. Again, moving again. Getting ready for a fight here just in case. And this here is where it turns the tide of the fight. I find another recon drone. Out the way, haven't revealed my position. I found some plates, which is perfect. I now feel a bit more confident about this fight. Before, I was pretty much a one-shot. So we use the recon drone. I get information. He knows he's just been spotted. That's why he runs in like that. I now creep up because I have an idea now where people are. She runs out. I take her out. And then I reposition again. I now quickly get inside, take cover, check the drone, figure out where the next people are, if anyone's pushing. No. One person's on the roof. I mark him up. I then get ready to try and shoot him. He then parachutes down, which is absolutely amazing for me. I take him out. I then move back in again. I then check the recon drone one more time. Figure out where other people are. Make sure there's no one near me. Nope. Someone is in that house. 2 people in the house there. So now I know there's other people. They again still don't really know where I am. So I'm quite happy about this. I'm now going to move up on take high ground. So I get the advantage. So it's just always about making sure you try and get high ground as much as possible. Repositioning as much as possible. They use their own recon drone. But I managed to take her out. I am spotted, but I'm confident that I can hold this, right? Because I've got the angle, I've got good cover, and I got a self-res if I do muck up. So I'm quite happy here. I'm quite sitting comfortably. I take the person out again, and I'm like, okay, now this is the time to move. So I now jump over with the parachute, take them out. And there we go. So that there again is just the power of how strong the recon drone is and how powerful it is about flanking all the time. Always trying to just make it so they really have no idea where you are because you're always moving every single time you take shots. And if you do have high ground, you then can kind of take advantage of that and try and get the get the kills. You can be a little bit more greedy if you got high ground. And you know you've got a self-res and you can feel like you can get yourself back up. Alright, so that was a really good fight. I really enjoyed that one, especially because I was against the odds there without having any armor. But you can still win the fights, right? Because I just managed to kind of use my equipment, use the recon drone, flank, and that really helped me out. Okay, so this one is definitely knowing the spawns. I know there's a spawn right to my left, so I mark one of them up, do the old affinite mark on one of them, so I know kind of where they are. And then I'm just going to kind of just see what's going on here, see if they know or about this spawn or not. So I'm just going to zoom in, see if I can see them. Yep, he's now looking over, so I now know he is. He's also knows about the spawns, and I have a feeling that they're going to push me. They do seem a bit kind of PvP hungry from the looks of things. And so what I do is I bait them. You can see that I was saying it on the stream. So I call the extract in, make them think that I'm trying to go. I've got the PvE shooting me, which is actually a plus because it kind of makes them feel that maybe I'm getting attacked, maybe I'm in a gunfight, and I'm just kind of repositioning here. So I know there's 3 of them about. I see one on the hill here, so I mark him up. And I'm just trying to figure out where everyone is. And I still don't really have a good, clear picture where everyone is. And intel as a solo player is huge. So this is where I get the recon drone out. And this is where it really helps me out. And kind of gets a clearer picture on where everyone is. So I go into night vision. Night vision is great with this. I can't see anyone around here. So no one's pushed up. You do have to be careful about the water. Because if they're under the water, this won't pick them up. It only picks them up if they're above the water. So I'm moving along. I can see 2 currently on the hill. But I do know there's 3. So I'm trying to figure out where they are. One's going on top. He's trying to flank around on the right hand side. So I'm like, okay, that guy is not the threat at the minute. He's trying to take care of the PvE enemies by the looks of things. I know there's one in the water. I see him there. And he keeps, and then I see another one. So I know there's two in the water. I then get on top of here and kind of keep a little bit of cover to my right. I know the PvE's over there, and I know these guys are going to try and get up on one of the two ladders. There's one there, which she's trying to get up with, but she's like getting buggered by the PvE, and I see this guy. So I'm like, right, I'm going to focus on this guy. I'm going to break his armor and push him. Now, there's a possibility she's going to push up here, so I'm looking at the two ladders. I chuck a drill charge at him, check the ladder, she is there, kill her, and kill him. So the drill charge takes care of this guy at your own cover, and then I try and finish her off. This is a little bit risky because I have no idea where the third person is. I know he's going to be moving up somewhere, but I don't know where he is. But I had to take her out just in case he had a self-res. Oh, and there he is. So I didn't know where he is. I take a shot at him. Thankfully, do win this gunfight. This is a 50. This gunfight right here is an RNG gunfight. Those are the ones you don't really want to get if it's possible. But because he was firing at me, I had really no option to fight back at him. Basically, I had to fire at him. I couldn't just kind of duck behind the hill and start plating up because there's a possibility he'd chuck something at me, maybe chuck a nade, push me. I might as well just try to get that gunfight. I also knew I had a self-res, so it might have been a possibility that I could most probably get him up. But that's how I win that gunfight there. Again, that's the power of the recon drone and just kind of knowing the map a bit, learning the map. So I knew about the two ladders going up there. I knew where they could go. And it's just trying to predicting player movement is just going to help you out there. But a lot of the gunfight there was won mainly just because of the recon drone, just giving me that intel I needed before making the push. So there you have it, boys and girls. I hope this kind of video helps. And I wanted to do it in this type of style instead of kind of doing it in a tip 1 or tip 2 and all that kind of thing. And kind of just group them up into specific kind of things. I can kind of just go over showing you some live showcases of me doing these type of things. And then giving you guys a bit more, you can kind of see it in action and get that kind of knowledge, right? So repositioning and the recon drone and spotter scope are just so bloody powerful for solo players. They're even stronger with a squad, but they're just very, very strong for solo players because what you don't want as a solo player is relying on RNG gunfights. You're going to have RNG gunfights where it's a 1v1 and you're shooting at each other, and it is basically a matter of who can outshoot who first, right? Who has the better aim, and it comes down to a 50-50 shootout, right? But you don't want to do that all the time. You want to limit those type of gunfights as much as possible, and you want to turn it into a thing where you have the advantage, where you know exactly where they are, but they have no idea where you are. And so repositioning, using the recon drone, using the spotter scope is just greatly going to help you with those type of things. But I hope this really helps. Let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoyed this type of thing, and I'll definitely keep on doing these type of things. Also, again, if you want me to go over your own clips, again, comment in the section down below if there's something you want, and I'll make a video on how we can do that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.